Okay. Hello, beautiful souls. I have 12 minutes and 40 seconds. Ooh, which is the number 7, which is my life path number. Interesting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to my beloved family, my friends, my tribe, my soul star family. And welcome to all of those who are maybe seeing this for the first time. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to our world. The way we see it, the way we feel it. And as you can see, for those of you who've been with me, you know we're back in the RV. But I didn't have the Gemini twins with me, which is really interesting. I've been having like all of these like breakthroughs, and it's been really interesting packing up the cabin, getting rid of things, and I don't even want to say getting rid of, because I mean, I'm still processing, and I promise you at some point I will indulge and say more to you and share more with you. But right now I am in such a state of transition that it's hard for me. I feel like, let's put it this way. There's been so many times I wanted to do videos, like I'm setting it up, and looking back on it, it's funny because I wanted to share the experience with you guys, because I'm like, in what fucking universe would I purposely move myself from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom log cabin with a loft on 5 acres on a hill overlooking one of the most beautiful bays in the Pacific Northwest? Like, why would I go from living in this while they were remodeling said cabin for us to move into, only live there 4 months, and then move back into the RV? There's going to be so much more about that and how that went down, or why that went down, but I thought for sure this is good fucking TV, even for myself. You know, I like to document. There's so many videos that I make that you guys never see. They never see the light of day. And I realize that they're for me to watch. In fact, sometimes they'll just like pop up in my feed, and I'm like, how is that possible? It's not even fucking public. And I'm like, how do you, what? And I'll watch it, and I'm like, I needed to watch it because I am just a channel after all, right? Like, I'm human, but I'm also, part of my purpose is to be a medium and a channel and a telepathic medium, so that I can really, an empathic telepathic medium. I found myself trying to explain that to someone recently, and then I realized maybe I should try and find a script for that, so that when somebody asks me, I can say it really quickly instead of trying to dance around the subject of trying to explain what I am, what my purpose is, blah blah blah. Because at this point, part of why I wanted to document it was because I'm not really sure what my purpose is anymore, or what I'm doing, or why I'm doing it, or what's happening, and things have just been really intense but cool. And I wanted to share that with you, but I realized that it's more about me going through the lessons so that I can bring them to you through the teaching like this. Because otherwise you would have saw me like this, and you were going like this too, right? Because the fucking eclipse season, I mean, all that Mercury retrograde, I mean, in real time, I'm like, I need water. Hold on. I'm like, I need water. I smoked a bowl before this because goddess bless cannabis. Yeah, it really helps me get my thoughts straight, because I don't think people have like ADHD. I just think that the people like myself, our brains are like, our souls, or whatever we are, like in these machines, it's only like a certain capacity, right? I can go far beyond, because our brains are like these amazing computers and tools. But at the same time, our souls and our spirits are like, it's like there's like this kind of, crazy chaotic energy that's like buzzing all around. So it makes sense that a lot of the people who have disorders or diseases, or whatever they want to call them anymore, afflictions, people feel like it's a curse, some say it's a blessing, maybe it's both, but I feel like the people who are quote unquote normal are like more flatlined, and we are like the pulse. that goes in and out, that weaves in and out of them. Does that make sense? Right? So it's important for us to get control of our emotions around things so we can be the observer and help from an observational standpoint, not an emotional standpoint, not an ego standpoint. And that has been what has been the most difficult part of the process, I think, for all of us. It's beyond the inner child. It's everything. It's everything. It's everything from the time we were born until now. And we're all at different ages, different stages. Like, you know, so there's going to be a lot of change and growth and expansion. And I really want to talk to you guys about this. So when the time is right, I know Spirit will bring me back into your orbit. I miss readings. I don't know if I'm ever going to go back to them. I do feel like I'm going through a massive transformation, but I also believe that I must be, because one of our beautiful tribe members has already like informed me. They're like, you know, I got you a new deck, you know, what's your new address? What's your new address? You know, and because I'm always moving, right? And I was like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. So I didn't get a vibe, you know, to say, no, don't send it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I have moments where I almost get kind of teary because I'm like, I'm never doing readings again. Like, I feel like it's such a natural part of me, but also I feel like whatever I'm going through this transition, it's not fair really for me to bring that energy into other people's lives at this time. So I do like, that's why the shorts, you've been seeing, I've been doing different kinds of shorts on the Magical Medium. And if you are new here and you only know of this channel, I have links to my other channels, the Magical Medium, where I do free readings, and then also our familiar Baba the Great. She has her own little spin-off channel, which thank you guys for the support. Baba's growing in numbers. She's really funny. You know, I try to do my best to, that's how I hear her in my head. So if you watch her videos and you hear this kind of voice, I swear, I can't even, I wish I can like replicate it because it's so fucking awesome. Like, Baba's so old. She kind of, okay, this will help. She kind of sounds like Maggie Smith. If you guys don't know who Maggie Smith, look her up. But my Harry Potter people, my magical people, my people who like movies and stuff like that, you know, I mean, Maggie Smith, like, she's been around forever. Seriously, I hope she lives forever. I know she won't, but I just really love her. Anyway, yeah, she reminds me of my art teacher when I was a kid. I love her so much. But that's how I hear Baba in my head. And she does have this kind of like, she like looks at you where, you know, it's like, but I have her on all my channels because she's just fucking awesome. So yeah, I don't know. Things are changing up. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'll keep all the channels or what's going to, but you know, part of my job here is to just flow with the changes. Also, I feel like I'm going through some type of transformation because when I started unpacking in here, wait till you guys see what we did. We gutted the kitchen and the living area and the dining area. We gutted that. And so like, you should have seen when one of our tribe members came in, Zoe, she like walks in, she's like, oh my, like, she's like, I can't even believe it. I'm like, I know, dude. And also, how weird is that? This morning, a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, painted this. She was like a friend at the time. We lost touch, but you know, sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's an eternity. But I still will always consider her a sister. But she painted this, and I bought this from her. I went into their house. I knew a bunch of housemates, and I was like, wow. I was like, I could not stop looking at that painting. I was like so in love with it. And she's like, it's for sale. Her other roommate, she wasn't home, and her other roommate's like, oh, it's for sale. And she came home, and I met her, and her name was Zoe. And last night I was like, what was her name? I couldn't remember her name, and I'm like, oh, I'll look at it tomorrow. Because I had it on the wall over here, and I was like, I'll look at it tomorrow. And then I woke up, and I saw it, and the first thing I saw was Zoe. And I was like, how fucking crazy is that? But that's spirit, right? Like, so connected. And it's like the twins of Gemini with an owl in the middle, and I'm married to a triple Gemini. Like, I got this before I knew either one of them. So it's very interesting. Life is interesting like that, right? Like, life is so interesting. And I just want us to look at it from a completely different perspective. And I know that's going to be difficult, but, you know, we're coming out of the transition. It was a really dark period, but, you know, I kept seeing from a lot of readers that anything that happened during 2017, which is funny, speaking of Zoe, 17 is like her favorite number. If you add it together, it's 8. Eight's infinity, but it's also the number of the dragon. This year is the year of the dragon, 2024, 8. It's all fucking connected. It's all fucking aligned. It's all, like, I've been getting all of these things lately where it's just been like, holy shit, holy shit. And I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me over the last few months. I'm sorry I have not responded. I will in due time, but I have gone through one of the biggest transformations, which I promise I will tell you about it, but I just wanted to have you with me during it. And they were like, they have their own shit to worry about. They're like, you can talk about it later, right? Because then you guys will have your aha moments. And please feel free to comment below like what you went through during this huge transition. It was fucking massive. What did I say in real time today is, oh, it's the 19th. Yeah, because tomorrow's 420. Because I'll be smoking weed all day. It's also 24 years that my grandmother passed away, my witchy grandma. Oh, I love you. And also how crazy that we started watching this show that's from like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. And the theme song is, I am Rosemary's granddaughter, spitting image of my father. You know that song, when the day is done, my mama's still my biggest fan. So the craziest part about that was when that song was out, I used to say, I and Mary Sue's granddaughter, spitting image of my father. And when the day's done, my mama's still my biggest fan. But it's weird, you know? My grandma's gone. My dad's gone. And my mom's essentially gone because I don't know when we're going to speak again. I know I'm not supposed to talk to her right now. You know, so it's just, life is interesting. And just go with the flow of it. And I promise you, it will get better. I don't have much time, but the one thing that was the hardest part for me was I've had a meltdown because I moved back in here. Because out of the 30 times that I've moved in my life in 5 states over 52 years, I've never moved back somewhere. Even to my parents, I didn't grow up there. And I never lived at my dad's. I never lived at the houses that I grew up in or moved, you know what I mean? So it was kind of weird. And I started to melt down, but then I thought, you know, we're turning this into our little tiny home, right? Because I went home. And maybe it wasn't the home I thought it was going to be, but it's home now. And we own it, and it's ours, free and clear. So until next time, I have pictures, video. I can't wait to share it all with you. I'm about to get cut off. I love you. I love you. I love you. Take really good care of yourselves and each other. And I promise, I'm just going to keep putting out fun little things for you guys, but there's stuff coming, and there must be readings coming, because otherwise I wouldn't be getting another deck. So I love you. I'll see you next time. Blessed be. Aho.